Lesson 22. The first word is decade. It means 10 years. First example. After a decade of granting salary increases, my boss ended the practice. Second example. Many people moved out of this city in the last decade. Third example. I have a vision that this decade will be better than the last one. Fourth example. The 1960s was a decade of social change, marked by the civil rights movement and advancements in space exploration. Fifth example. The past decade has seen incredible advancements in artificial intelligence and renewable energy technology. The second word is hesitate. It means fail to act quickly, be undecided. First example, Nora hesitated to accept the challenge. Second example, when he got to the robber's vicinity, he hesitated before going on. Third example, the proverb tells us that he who hesitates is lost. Fourth example, she hesitated before accepting the job offer, unsure if it was the right move for her career. Fifth example, he hesitated to speak up, afraid of how others might react to his opinion. The third word is absurd. It means plainly not true or sensible. Foolish. First example, it was absurd to believe the fisherman's tall tale. Second example, the flabby boy realized that the suggestion to diet was not absurd. Third example, underestimating the importance of reading is absurd. Fourth example, it was absurd to think he could finish a 1,000-page book in one night. Fifth example, she found herself in an absurd predicament, locked inside a bookstore overnight. The fourth word is conflict. It means direct opposition, disagreement. First example, our opinions about the company's success in the last decade are in conflict with what the records show. Second example, there was a noisy conflict over who was the better tennis player. Third example, the class mediation team was invited to settle the conflict. Fourth example, she struggled with an internal conflict between following her dreams and fulfilling family expectations. Fifth example, the two nations were engaged in a prolonged conflict over territorial disputes. The fifth word is minority. It means smaller number or part, less than half. First example, only a small minority of the neighborhood didn't want a new park. Second example, a minority of our athletes who competed in the Olympics were victorious. Third example, Native Americans are a minority group in the United States. Fourth example, in the study, a minority of participants exhibited unexpected behavioral patterns. Fifth example, only a minority of voters turned up for the local election, affecting the final results. The sixth word is fiction. It means that which is imagined or made up. First example, the story that the president had died was fiction. Second example, we hardly ever believed Vinny because what he said was usually fiction. Third example, Marge enjoys reading works of fiction rather than true stories. Fourth example, he loves writing fiction because it allows him to craft worlds beyond reality. Fifth example, the movie was pure fiction, but its emotional depth made it feel real. Now, we have a short story from the words we have learned. For the past decade, Mira had been working tirelessly on her novel, a fictional masterpiece that blended history with fantasy. As an aspiring writer from a minority community, she always felt the weight of expectations. She wanted her voice to be heard, her story to matter. Then came the conflict. Her editor told her that publishers wanted something more marketable, less bold, less true to her experience. Perhaps if you removed the themes of identity struggle, they suggested. Mira stared at the manuscript, her hands trembling. She hesitated. Was she really supposed to erase her own voice just to fit a mold? But the alternative was absurd. A watered-down story? That wasn't her. So, with a deep breath, she did the opposite. She doubled down, writing even more passionately than before. And when the novel finally hit the shelves, it was met with overwhelming praise. Critics called it a fearless tale that refuses to conform. Mira smiled. She had told the story she wanted without compromise. And in that moment, she knew her voice had found its place. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. And until the next one, goodbye. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Your support is truly appreciated.